I've got a present for you.
So Andy on the right-hand side, playing as France, keeps his MCV where he is, and Marko plays as Yuri. Don't really see Marko playing as Yuri, but maybe thinks, you know what, if I go Soviet versus here, more often than not, Andy just demolishes people. Something makes me think last time they played with this map, though, Marko was able to beat him. That makes me stand out, but I could be wrong again. Lots of show matches happen. It's hard to know which one was the last one, always. Auto initiate to come out from the barracks. Now these are very strong together. Definitely when you see some maps like Downhill Rush when they're Gauss and they're building. But Andy will go for a radar. Then he'll also use the Rocky to come across as well and help. So radar will come, then he'll go straight Rocky. So there it is. So needs to be mindful that a Rocky's going to come. Needs to save this miner. Does just. Using the miner there as fodder. This is nice from Marko. This looks promising from Marko's point of view. Miner there doing a lot of work. It looks like Andy is going to lose on one of his favourite maps, but is he though? Paris. Power plant goes down. Needs to get over to this other power plant. Desperately, the cannon comes back out. There is two miners, so one miner is mining at present. Could just try and hit this miner, but doesn't want to get run over equally. So there is two oils in the back. Power plant back up. Trying to hit this ref. Would be quite big. Does have to force him to sell it. So a good opening here. In the back of this, there's nothing there for either player. So two miners versus one miner, but no ref. Good start this for Marko. Two lashers come up. Now good luck to just come straight in here and ult. I would imagine a pillbox would come out. Just going to walk the NGs. Some NGs try and capture. Another power plant comes out. One of the things you learn from watching Andy, he's so cool and calm and doesn't he won't be worried here. That's just coming up. Trying to harass the eco. Engineers going up there. Now if he kills this, and even if Andy now takes back the middle, it means all the gems, good amount of gems have been mined, just two patches of ore. So even if Andy is to recover here and take control back in the middle and force Marko to move his MCV, and sell off, then he can just play corners, you see. So he is getting this back now. So yeah, Andy gonna look to get a cannon in soon. But he'll need to move the GGIs up here with him to support the cannon. Andy is really struggling with his eco. Yeah, he wants his GGIs in here because he's going to have to bring a cannon in and then he's going to just, go straight up to the cannon so it can't fire. So the GGIs don't help him and he quits. Very nice from Marko. I like the fact he switched that up. No set factions, play what you want. No set factions at all. Normal rules. So just two vetoes for the best of 11 with a roll for the first map. Andy now goes to face down. Face down. Both going to go as France. Marko will be pleased here, even if he is to lose this one. Obviously, no one wants to lose one, but to get the two probably maps that Andy's probably strongest on potentially, obviously subject to opinion, and get through without using any vetoes as well.
Tech building captured.
Is quite good here. He'll be pleased with this. So France comes out. I'll probably just about leave myself here, and you can probably watch it without me moving my mouse much. This should be an interesting map, says Rick. Hope you're well, Rick, my man. The community doing everything possible to distract you from doing any work, I'm sure, as always. So GI's come out. 3 dogs for Andy, 2 dogs for Marko. Does get the scout. He's trying to... That dog needs to attack. That dog needs to attack. Oh, that dog could have got a little bit more work there. So radar comes out a little bit earlier, so he's going to go War Factory. No, he goes radar. Andy just a little bit slow there. Not going to get the radar. Got the rocky lead here as well, Marko. Cannon comes out. The trade out for Cannon. Does get a power plant. Does lose a rocky. Oh, get some chip damage there done. Nice control there from Andy. Both players struggle a little bit with their eco. Interesting to see the miners. Andy behind a miner here. This is hard. Once you get a rocky lead, you just need to keep waiting for the rockies to come out and just keep shooting them. That's what he's going to do. Oh, doesn't work though. Hitting the power again. It's looking good for Marko. Even though it doesn't seem like there's really much of a difference, there is. You double up on a miner and he's got a rocky lead. Yeah, this is looking really good for Marko. How are we going to go down here? This is probably a quit moment. Unsure from Andy's point of view how he got behind there. He lost the power plant, which is quite key, I guess, as well. Cannon now comes out. Just needs to hit the power. Does get the radar though. Does sell off the MCV now.
Player defeated.
And Andy quits. It didn't look like lag to me. Oh, right. You fooled me. 2-0. Quick early couple of points. Marko instantly switches back to Iraq. I wouldn't read too much into them early 2 games. Even though, yeah, Marko's won on 2 of Andy's stronger maps, I wouldn't read too much in. Andy has said that he's been awake for sort of 30 hours, I think he said. Been drinking probably a little while in that time, or whatever else you do for 30 hours. I wouldn't be surprised if Andy's a little bit sluggish here off the mark. Yeah, that's what we were just saying, Berg. And he hasn't used any vetoes as well, Marko, and he has 2 still to his armor. So, yeah, most players wouldn't even really bother playing Andy on that map. I know Legend quite often will just veto both of them, and they're both his vetoes done. It's almost like a pre-agreement. I'm going to go to dry heat though. So we'll see a Soviet versus Yuri. Now Andy, I think Andy's Yuri against Marko will be interesting to see. I think Legend, for a lot of people in the community, is the strongest against Andy's Yuri. Known as sort of the Yuri killer. Let's see what Marko can do against his Yuri. So Andy starts on the bottom side. For anyone that's new, start with 2 oils, big patch of gems, same over there. Dry heat, map obviously in RA2, obviously in Yuri's Revenge. as well. Slightly different edits on the RA2 version, but yeah, generally plays the same on both. So Marko will build towards this way and get a rep into here. Brute comes out. Looks like Marko's going to go Connie's. He needs for an anti-scout or needs to press forward. Does get the dog into scout, so initiates and Connie's from both players. Let's build down the bottom side here. Both players will look to try and harass the oils. Obviously, if someone attacks your oils, it doesn't sound you to that you're being under attacked. Whereas if you were to hit a building, it would notify you. So sometimes people can catch your opponent off guard and catch an oil. Initiate's going to come down the middle, where the Connies are going to go either side. And these initiates are strong. Nice from the dog. This is still not even shooting. Going to use the miner to come across. Going to come across on the left side. No joy. Looks like he's low power. This is big. Oh, I don't know if he'll get it. I don't think he will. Will he? Oh, I got it. Oh, that's huge. Pushing him in the front. There is a mag there. They'll look to drop the mag on top of the war factory or the miner. Needs to be careful here, Andy. Andy, a little bit of trouble now. He's got the mag there on the cliff. I will help him so he can just drop it. His mag's on 1 tick of health. Connie's still on the other side, on the back of his 2 miners. Initiates are in the back of the base. This miner goes to the front on some ore. I wonder if he can walk these Connies into here. He's going to look to harass a slave miner, so he'll have to pull his miner again, otherwise they're just going to keep going down. There he goes, you can see. Initiate's there on the top side. Again, it's going to be close, but I think that one there is just out of range. Looks like it is. Harassing in the middle. One miner here would be big. Gets it. Oil goes down on the top side. Going to try and use this mag to try and defend himself. This mag's on 1 tick of health. Can get over to there. And there's a Deso as well. This is looking so strong here. Looking so good for Marko. Psychic Tower going to come. Now you have to be careful. Doesn't want to overcommit. This is where Marko just needs to be wary of what he's doing. There we go. Another Rhino goes down. Don't think he needs to push into it. Go kill the miner. Get to barracks. Oh, he's going to drive straight into it. He gets it. A slave doing the work there. Slave's doing so much work. On the back of this, battle lab and a nuclear reactor are out as well. He's going to look to try and get a Yuri clones out. Yuri can just run kill the dogs. Can kill the Yuri, so I was trying to get my words out so fast there. Marko goes 3-0 up, very, very dominant. Showmatch should be random maps like Chinese, or else Andy kind of chooses 10 favourite maps, boring games over and over again. Yeah, but I suppose he has to lose to be able to pick their maps, I guess. The idea of random map is cool. I quite like that. The only thing is, if you have like a best of 15 or best of 13, there's not actually that many maps on the Yuri map pool. But yeah, I think it is something that could be considered for sure. Is that Andy or DW Muller? Nah, DW Muller's a bit better than that. 3-0, Proven Grounds. Andy plays as France, Marko as Iraq. So Andy going to bring his allied now. You'd have to feel that Andy massively needs to get on the board now.
Tech building captured.
So, wealthy map here. Tutorials, any of you that are unfamiliar. Lots of gems, so very wealthy early on. Andy plays as France, and he has played France quite a lot in QM of late. RD also doing the same as well. So we are seeing a little bit of a shift change in some of the players that are playing a little bit more France. I know Zas does anyway, but I think that's generally he's done that for a little while on maps like Desert Island, for example. So Bunker comes out, so he looks to put the war factory in here. All GIs are out. Dog is just blocking the wall. So it should be quick now and try and get that in. So NG IFE comes out. And another NG IFE comes out as well. Does have the MCV walled now. So Marko comes out there. Forced a couple of sentries. Should really bring this NG back and really and repair it with this one. Shouldn't get any joy on this left one. Needs to repair them. Rhinos are coming. There we go. Does do that. It looks like he's got a miner behind this. So that NGRP is on the bottom left hand side near the oil. Does get the miner. NGRP is coming back. By the war factory. Does get a cell. Obviously Andy wants the cannon. And he knows if he gets a build, he's just gonna put a cannon straight there. He doesn't get it. I don't know what happened. It looked like it went in. On top side here. He's gonna go for the wall. MCV. He needs to build an NG out of here and repair it. He doesn't get it, so no cannons. 2 war factories. Just needs a Rocky to come out. Has an expansion on the right hand side. No cannons for Andy. Going for the radar. Looks like he's going to sacrifice a few rhinos here. He doesn't bother about losing the rhinos as such. But these 2 war factories versus 1 can easily defend. Andy in big trouble. So double NG on the field. I believe that's from the MCV, or maybe he has built one. You'd have to think the only way Andy gets himself back into this is by some real shenanigans, i.e. NGs, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be very difficult. IFE comes out, going to look to push on the left hand side, just a couple of flaks that are really needed. Grizzlies aren't going to be an issue now, so it's a case of what can Andy do with these NGs. Never write Andy off, but this does feel like a really uphill task.
Player defeated.
Andy quits 4-0 to Marko. Apologies, it's quite hard to keep up with chat when Andy's sort of, you never know where his NGs are going. I think in the past sometimes I'm always reading chat and I miss the action. So yeah, 4-0. I heard someone was getting spanked. I come as fast as I could. Is Andy cheesing? Andy's playing completely normal. I know he's been awake for a long period of time, streaming and things, but Marko playing really nice. So Andy trying with his NGs. They're on proven grounds, which even if you're not a fan of cheesing, I think NGRPs on that map when their oils are something that I think anyone should really use if playing Allied. Depth charge. Okay, so we see depth charge. We had this yesterday. So Marko puts a question mark. Marko's probably not paid. Well, he has paid QM this month, so he knows. He puts a question mark. So yeah, he does know. So it's AVA. So A versus A. I think Marko tried to say that he weren't aware they put this. Looks like that's what he said. Yeah, I have. Yeah, pre-capped. No Yuri Marko, so he's aware yet. I mean, Marko has played. I think is he top on the ladder? Yeah, Andy just saying you paid about 60 QM this month. Never got this in QM, he says. So 4-0. So this will take a hell of a comeback from Andy from this point of view. I just don't think you ever write Andy off, no matter what the scoreline really is. Although, having said that, you are up against Marko, and like I said at the start, he has been playing the Chinese. So I think he's really dialed in at the minute. Obviously, Yuri's vengeance against Andy, it's a different sort of dial you need to be. But obviously, they have dogs on, edgies on in the RA2 Rambo, so he's used to them sort of shenanigans anyway. And no one better to practice against than Woody. And this dog doing a lot of early work here. It's just stopping the GIs. Oh, it just goes down there. But you get a little bit of joy with that dog early. It's a very wealthy map to start with. I used to always think when I looked at this map, and I still kind of do, that there's loads more gems over there than there is in there. But I'm sure it is balanced. Someone said this is a westward map, so it has to be. GI's looking to walk forward. He's going to win this one here. Still walking. Patriot missile comes up. He's got a war factory. Prism is out. So, Andy going to take control of the middle here. It's not looking good here for Marko. He went for a war factory. Might lose an oil there as well. Oil there goes down as well. Double prism in the middle. Two miners versus 4. Seems like Marko's almost happy to lose the middle and play in here, but does mean it's 4 oils versus 0 will be soon, and potentially he may even try capture these oils, which he can't do. That's what something he has to stop, because that looks exactly what his intentions are. Battle hours out, so Chronosphere on camp, and he wants these oils, don't he? There's the NG. He's gonna get it. The Dolphins are coming. There's a lot of oils here for Andy now. So let's have a count: 3, 4, 5, 6, which is going to be. We'll just wait to see that confirmed. 6, 7. Rocky's coming over. Going for this ref. Pillbox comes out. And no Patriot missile. Rockies will come over. Aircraft carrier comes out in the middle. Trying for this. Not actually hitting the oil, was hitting the pillbox there. Needs to be careful on this side though. Aircraft carrier is out. Chronosphere is ticking down. So clear strat here for Marko. I prefer what Andy's done. I'm not sure. Well, Rocky's got some joy there. And Marko okay at the minute. Still no naval from Andy. Maybe feels there's potentially too many dolphins in the water for him to now get going. Does get the oil on that side. Going for this rep again. Don't think he'll get it. Let's come back to this side. And these aircrafts, there's 3 of them now. And Andy just can't defend this. So still no naval. And Chronosphere is counting down. Now you just feel like this looking good for Marko. He's harassing the oils as well. Gets the war factory. Parachute from the backside there, no joy. Chronosphere is coming. Looking good for Marko. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Rick actually pointing out a really good point there. I don't know why I didn't think of this. Marko will know this map on the back of his hand. Obviously, not used to pre-capture, but another paradrop coming in. Rocky's coming around the backside here, trying to get the Chronosphere. Going to have to force shield. Gets to the lab, so no force shield. Going to clean up the MCV. Gets it.
Player defeated.
And Andy quits. And Marko goes to match point with Andy on 0, Marko on 5. Have you ever seen a clean sweep from 2 S-Class players? I'm sure you have. I can't remember in my time over the last sort of... I've been streaming since sort of February, March time. I can't remember doing a show match or a clean sweep between 2 S-Class players. Does Andy roll up his sleeves here and flip this game on his head? Or does Andy roll over now and die? Obviously, Andy is streaming for anyone. I mean, I should try and send my viewers away, but Andy is streaming his point of view. So, be interested to know what he's saying. If anyone has a phone on and has a computer, I'd be interested to know what he's saying from his point of view. So, 2 back. Andy as France. Marko as Iraq. I'm just going to put in here match point. And we'll start. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Marko went the Navy early. And yeah, all Andy I felt had to do was just match him. Just match him, and he could have got an extra in Naval Shipyard or free out, even if he wants, because he could have produced it and he would have just outproduced, so the same as you do with Rhinos or Grizzlies, you just outproduce your opponent, and he had to just do that in the water. But I think Andy didn't do it for the first sort of minute, and then maybe thought, if I do it now, he's probably got 6 or 7 dolphins in the water, and he's just going to go and straight kill my shipyard. But yeah, Marko didn't. I mean, he did fight for the middle and contest it, but he seemed like he just had a clear strat and knew what he was doing anyway. Andy plays France, and I've seen him play France up here in QM this month, watching on his stream. But yeah, he used to in the past know Andy as a Yuri player on this map. Yeah, I did touch on that, Savage, with Andy. Said he's sort of been awake for 30 hours. He's been drinking for 10 hours or so. And so an NG flak, NG IFE, another NG IFE. Does have the bunker there, not fully loaded. Oh, it does run it. Oh, Marko with an early mistake there. But Andy has the cannon loaded. So if he lands anything here, there'll be a cannon in his base. He cannot afford to... He gets it. So cannon comes in, and that should be... Unless he can get it off quick. Oh, he does. The cannon maybe wasn't ready in time. It's been there. Oh, if he just pops the cannon down in here somewhere like that, that's going to go to work. Yes, the Rhino can sit on top of it and kill it eventually, but he probably kills a war factory and a ref by the time he does so. So comes again with another NG IFE. This is the thing against Andy with his France now. Is if you do lose a building early, in the past you put a sentry in your base, now it is a cannon. Gets it this time. There's the cannon. He hits the MCV. So loses the war factory on the back of this. Still producing the miners. RX goes down and he sells it. So yeah, has to repair that, and he'll need a ref. And has he got the money to do so? Because it doesn't look like he does. He does get a ref up. So miner numbers are 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So interesting how the dust settles. Is he going to ult? Gets a war factory. Gonna harass the miners. Another sentry comes out. That pillbox even. Won't get any miners here. They'll harass them. I'll get to war factory, and as it does settle, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 miners versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the only difference in the terms of build instructions is that Andy has a radar out. I'm surprised that Andy isn't a lot further ahead behind that. So Andy's saying he doesn't think it's a match point. Anyone have a count up on the maps they've played? Just to make sure I haven't got it wrong. So face down, dry heat, Hail Mary, that's 3-0. Marko says GG's. Marko calling GG's already. Marko calling GG's already. I don't know what Andy's doing. It's yeah, it has to land a cannon here to rescue this game, doesn't he? Have to get in here with the NG. What was after dry heat? Proven, yes, that's 4. What did he win last game? Yeah, Proven Grounds was us. That's 4. What did he win the last map? What did we just play? Yeah, Proven Grounds. What did we just play before that? Def. Yeah, so it's 5-0. Thank you, chat. Yeah, so it is 5-0. Yeah, interesting to know. He just sends us downfield and wins, doesn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There'll be a cannon because it will have been ready. So battle out now comes up. One of the things Marko won't want to do here is just go and throw this. And he's in a huge lead now. But Andy just needs to land a cannon, and he knows that. Mirage is out, but just going to go to work. Just go kill the Mirage, kill the MTV, and it is a clean sweep for Marko. Showmatch. Total stream time 42 minutes. Probably didn't get started until probably the 10-minute mark. So I'd imagine that's taken somewhere around 30 minutes for Marko 6. Andy quits instantly. Marko 6. Andy 0. GG's.